There you go. And welcome to AI, the cool stuff. There's only three of us here today, but we will be doing a couple of things at least, and we can go back to them later. I was thinking I was thinking next week about doing the top 10 things, that we found out
Oh yeah, yeah.
this year, So so obviously we'll have to make yours one of the top 10, Steffi, because
Yeah,
it is, of course. So it's
yeah.
we'd have to
Well,
um
we just talk about all the AI stuff I've created this year.
yeah, because it's I found this have you heard of Zimmwriter? There's it's created by a guy, evidently a clever guy called Matt Zimmerman, and he's created this thing called Zimmwriter. It's a desktop application, and it does well, it's it's like your one but on steroids. It's got extra um stuff.
Well, that's all right. I mean, I've never designed it to, well, I know I did with your AI, but go on, show me.
Yeah, okay.
Let's have a look at some comparison.
Let me just. There are there's so many features to it. It's hard to get a handle on it. But let's just if I can I do two windows at once? Okay. It's a it's a completely desktop application. I've got a Mac, so I've had to run like an emulator type program called Wine that then enables me to run Windows programs. I'll find out if I can run Windows properly on my Mac. That might be a solution. Because I'm getting a bit tired of Apple at the moment. So it's got lots of features. I mean, the website is called rankingtactics.com. It's not. It's the price is $24.97 a month plus VAT. Um, it uses your own AI keys. So at the very least, you'll need like a set of you need your OpenAI
Mm.
API, which is not that we know it's not too bad expensive wise. So and it's got lots of features on here. It'll it's got this it's got a one-click blog writer, um, which enables you to well, do what it says on the tin, really. You can generate the blog post pretty similar to yours, but it doesn't do the sound, so that's the thing that it's got missing.
Mm.
But it can do a complete article from 3,000 to 6,000 words, which is
It's all check buttons and drop down lists that build a prompt,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then it sends that. It's like things like, using the model, that's fine. Write in the style of
yeah,
um,
yeah.
voice I've
These
got.
are you can nuke, so you can build yourself it'll automatically nuke certain words. You can
Yeah,
nuke AI words. You can, like, if I've got a website here called My Homes, can you still see that, or is it disappeared?
it's gone.
Disappeared. Huh?
We've only got the
Okay, let me do it again, and then finger on the shift button. Okay, so now I've loaded a profile in here. So it's got WordPress enabled, so it will post directly to a WordPress site.
what's SERP scraping enabled?
SERP scraping. For your search terms, it'll do a search for your title. It'll do a search on Google, and then I think it's the first four or five results. It will then scrape. You need another. It's called Owl Scrape Owl. Um,
It's basically doing what my blogs from URL is doing. It's
yeah,
going
yeah.
reading stuff and then basing it around that.
So it's getting keywords from the top four ranking blogs for the title that you put in.
Yeah. I
and
get
then it's incorporating them into the blog.
that's clever.
Um, and it's you can choose which model you use. It's got I've got only got GPT plugged in at the moment, so um, I'm just using 4.0 Mini because it's pretty cheap and it seems to work.
It
But
is very cheap, mate. I use that in your PCM and it produces much better words than
yeah,
3.5 turbo.
yeah, I think it does. And then
That's a more
you
accurate
can
as
also
well.
use Llama and Claude Perplexity.
Yeah.
There's but you can even configure a different one if you know the details. Um, it's enable literary devices. So this is similes and metaphors, etc. It says
So
500.
I'm just looking at which bin was being emptied.
Yeah. Enable lists. That's obviously going to put more 40% chance to incorporate markdown bullet lists in on an H2. So you know it seems to lengthen the size of the blog.
Hmm.
Um, it's got the nuke the words. Um, put in images on your subheadings as well, um, which I don't really want. It's just an extra bit of something else you've got to check. So, and obviously however, you can decide how many sections, how many H2 sections you want, and the length, whether it's tiny, short, medium, or long. Short seems to produce this 5 and short seems to produce quite a long blog, about 1,000 words.
Yeah, it's about right on 4.0 Mini. I
Yeah,
had to change the lengths of everything when I incorporated it. So
yeah,
a short for me, probably 700
mm,
word characters. Sorry, 700 words. I can't remember, but it has changed.
yeah. But if you change this H2, if I change that down to 3,
Yeah.
well, obviously it'll it's I think 5's the minimum. So either oh no, okay.
So it's actually
Five's
returning.
automatic, or otherwise you can put in your own number. So I've said 3, that will shorten it down.
Yeah. So
So,
it's returning pure HTML. I didn't know. I didn't know we could do that. Oh, that's interesting.
mm. And then it's you can then add up to 1,000 blog titles in here, and
Wow.
it will take all day long, you know, if it did that. It's not particularly fast because
No.
it's running on your computer and it's kind of a um I ran 5 and I think I come back an hour later and it was just about finishing, you know.
Is it using the MPU? I guess it would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
That'd be quite clever because my new lappy's got an MPU.
Right. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that would speed things up, wouldn't it?
Hmm.
I don't know if it does or not. Um, yeah, because yeah, obviously that would. I think it is the computer that's the slow bit because
Yeah.
mine's like a 5-year-old Apple.
That won't
Um,
have an MPU on it.
yeah. So, so yeah, so it looks
Oh, run it. I want to see it do something.
yeah, okay.
See what it returns.
Uh, what can go wrong with my gas boiler? Yeah,
Yeah, do it.
because that's what this is. Um, I'm going to take SERP scraping off, otherwise it'll never finish.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's going to stop. You can still see that, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And then you can just do loads of lines, and then if you haven't specified a WordPress enabled, it will just post it into your directory, whatever you've specified in your options.
Hmm.
So I'll just start it. Um, it's come up with another little box that you probably can't see saying, please be patient.
Yeah.
It's, oh,
Do you get to tell it how many outputs you want?
yes, you can, hold on, I've had to kill that off because it wants me, because I've put output in non-English. I'm still testing it really to see how it works, but it's
Yeah.
got output in non-English. I put British English and it wants the AI model for translation.
Mm.
So I'm going to see. I confirm that I want to proceed.
It's gone now.
Zimmwriter, it's brought up another box. That's why it's disappeared from the share. It says, fasten your seatbelts. Zimmwriter is ready to write your articles. It will write them in the background and skip articles where it encountered an error. Writing one article can take anywhere between 3 minutes and 30 minutes, depending on your settings. Keep your computer online and unlocked. You will find successfully written articles in the following directory, which is the directory I've specified in the output.
8 minutes to write an article. Bloody hell.
I know, yeah.
20
I
seconds
think
is my target.
I think if you're if you're writing a like if it's 5,000 words and it's doing the scraping and it's
Yeah.
there are lots of other settings as well. I think it's 26% complete at the moment. So it's
It's funny because when you add on mine, it actually goes and scrapes the words from whatever web page you put in there and then stores it inside. So when you actually hit go, it just sends what it found anyway and sends off to ChatGPT. So it's already scraped it, pre-scraped. Yeah.
yeah. So I think this is
Any of my stuff shouldn't take any more than a minute.
no.
I've never known it, except when OpenAI's got issues.
Mm,
Um, they sometimes have slow,
mm,
mostly overnight, funnily enough. It's like I always wake up in the morning and the status emails coming through. Oh, we've had this issue, we've had that issue, you know.
mm,
But it never happens during the day, always happens overnight. So, which
mm.
obviously to do with California time, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll just I just log into that website to see if it's actually. I've never actually published one on a website before, so it's I've just put it into it just produces it in markup,
Hmm.
and then
Can't see it, by the way. All we've got is
no, it's got it's done 90% so far.
yeah.
It says it's doing the takeaways now. I think that's another option I've ticked. You can put at the top of the blog, you can decide whether you want to have the takeaways put in as a separate section.
Hmm.
Okay, it says it's uploading it to WordPress. Um, so let's if I stop the share and if I reshare, you can find out at the same time as me as if it's done anything. So let's see. There we go. It has put it in there.
Oh, let's have a look.
Put it in and then so I haven't specified an image because I don't think I trust it, but it's
But it's done. It's actually generated HTML, hasn't it, and put in
yeah, yeah.
H1s and stuff like that. That's quite
These are H2, yeah, these are H2
yeah,
heading,
H2s and bullets.
yeah, yeah, and bold.
Mm,
Um, and it's done the key takeaways to start with. So I think that's pretty about the length of a
yeah.
done about the length of a blog that I'd want to do. Um, my only issue is that it's not I haven't got the I normally put in I've got a featured image which this will do for me,
Yeah.
but do I trust it on its own without?
What
I think
creates its own featured image.
I think not. And then so it's but I've only I've used it for a couple of days, and I was just interested to see what it was about. I probably won't. Um, I probably don't do enough to actually warrant. I think if you're a really high user and you're creating an awful lot of content, I think it's worthwhile.
I think a social media agency would probably use something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
The interface is really boring.
it is. It's just I don't know if it's because I'm running the emulator on an Apple because it's Windows software,
Hmm.
um, which was I'd already bought. There's no trial; you just buy it or you don't buy it. So I thought I sort of bought it, and then and then I found out it didn't run on Apple. But there were instructions there to actually do it. Um, it can do. It can obviously it's pretty similar to yours. It can create SEO friendly titles, and it's got the book. This was the book blog writer, even though I only put in one blog. It could do. I could put in 10, and it was. I don't think I'd ever want to do 1,000. Um, the one
People try
thing,
and get away with that for SEO purposes.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got something called Penny Arcade where you could put in a list of up to 1,000 URLs, and it will write an article on each one.
Wow. That's
Um,
impressive.
which is God knows how long that take. Probably take about a week. But I mean, it would. But I thought that was pretty impressive.
Hmm.
So there's um, what else has it got? Yeah, it's uh, the book blog writer. There's the other one. Oh, it's got this local SEO buffet. Well, which is it can whip up. It says I'm reading it out now. It can whip up 625 pages of content. That's 25 services over 25 locations in one go. So it produces the same pages, just they just optimized for certain locations. So if you're like a local
Ow.
business,
Ow. Ow.
you, you've been attacked.
He
Attacked
just
by the
stuck
cat.
his claws in my face. What is that? Little
Yeah.
monkey.
So
This is
it's
my other boy. He's been a bit clingy since Baggins departed.
oh right, okay. So
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
he knows something's missing. So it's
Yeah, well, I showed him Baggins's body on Tuesday, and he had a sniff, and then he just went off, and it's interesting because I don't really understand whether cats grieve, but he knows somebody's missing. He does know that, and he's staying in a lot more to look after me. But it
mm,
could just be the weather, couldn't it? Yeah.
he'd probably get used to it.
Yeah,
Uh,
he will. He will. I
mm,
just need to just do the changes slowly. It's like, moving food bowls around and litter trays and stuff like that.
mm.
You'll be all right. We'll be all right.
But I think that Zimmwriter is is quite technical.
Yeah.
So it's kind of it wouldn't do like it's not it's way more complex than the
I,
average.
I think for a small business owner, I think it's
Mm.
probably too much.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
Social
if
media.
you're writing a blog a week, I mean, this is for agencies and things. I think really. I mean, if you're writing a sort of blog a week or a couple of blogs a week, then obviously the one you've got in your
Yeah.
CRM is way more suitable. So
Yeah.
it's kind of and most of us probably fall into that category. I mean, I do write blogs for other people, but even then, I haven't got that. I've only got about
Well, I
five.
do. What I actually do is they tell me what they want, so they'll send
Mm,
me a URL or a bunch of text, and I just plug it into my AI. It
mm,
creates a text. I squirt it over to the blog, so it's like
mm,
your WordPress integration. And then I'll edit it and lay it out properly, put all the bells and whistles in, come back and produce an image.
mm,
And then I'll actually drop it through my photo editor to resize it, save it, add it into the blog post. So everything that Zimmwriter's doing with your WordPress integration, I'm doing. It's taking an extra couple of steps
Yeah.
in my, in my system because it's a lot simpler
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's designed for people like us.
Yeah.
Whereas it's definitely designed for, I want to get onto page one, make it happen next week.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah. And again, here's 1,000 URLs, want an article on each one. I mean, it doesn't happen with that.
yeah.
I won't be able to find 1,000 URLs. I mean, there's
Oh, no. Oh, people do it, if like the local SEO, we are the best solicitors in Coventry or in Northampton.
yeah.
So they'll have a page on their website that has solicitor in Northampton, solicitor in Coventry, that sort of thing. And
Mm,
those key phrases are built in there. So if they do 1,000 all around the country, that's all the local SEO sorted out.
yeah. Yeah.
So I understand why it produces a lot of stuff, but it's a completely different target market from what my stuff does.
Yeah, doesn't do the audio file, which is I mean I don't know if I'm doing it unnecessarily or not, but my biggest bugbear it's OpenAI, isn't it? We're sort of limited to 4,000 characters.
Have a look at Blaster Suite because their voice generator's got loads of male and female
Mm,
regional voices. So
blast.
I signed up to Blaster Suite years ago because when I was doing the Steffi show, it's got a really good thumbnail creator.
Hmm.
You just drag things in and add text and everything. But I stopped doing that, obviously, because it was just getting too much. But I discovered they had the voice editor. And what happened is one of my bloggers said, "Oh, can we have an audio version?" And then I was chatting to a couple of voiceover artists, and it wasn't the price that they wanted to charge, it was the turnaround time. And I said, well, actually, it takes me half an hour to create a blog post. I need to have that done within half an hour. Can you do that? No, there's no way. So I needed to find an audio version. And just so happened Blaster Suite had one. So because I've got male and female blogging clients, I use two
Mm,
different voices. There's Arthur and Elsie are the two that I use for the UK, but they've got accents from all over the world. You can have Spanish, Irish, whatever.
mm.
Really
Okay,
quite clever.
okay.
And you just pay a one-off fee, or used to pay a one-off fee. I know I did.
Yeah, yeah.
But have a look at Blaster Suite. It's the hang on, I'll tell you it's called Speechello. That's it.
Right.
Speechello.
Okay. Okay. Um, now, the other thing I was going to talk about what can go wrong with my gas boiler. Okay, I will post that next week. I'll probably paste it into yours to get the audio file. So the YouTube one. The other one we got was have you heard of Ruby AI? I thought this is I mean it caught my eye because it was promoted by Jonathan Mast. I don't know if you know Jonathan. And it's got a um it's basically an MLM that's connected with it, although it's not like I've seen other one that Mike um promotes is pretty shit, because I joined that one and it's really expensive and it's really rubbish. Um and it's not really suitable. This Ruby AI is way cheaper and it's a good system that works and it uses other people's stuff. I just share it and then and I've actually joined Jonathan's team um, with this. So this is the Ruby AI interface. It's got IntelliChat, which is the normal chat. You buy credits. I think it was $15 for as I joined as a distributor. It was $15. It gave me 20 credits. Um, I've used it a bit. I've used up 2.5 credits. The chat is just free. It doesn't use up any credits or anything. It's just if you buy a subscription, you get that. It's unlimited. You've got um, you've got quite a few different options. Claude, Gemini. Uh, well, that's it. Claude, Gemini, and OpenAI.
So
So
is this chatbot creation?
yeah, this is just a normal. No, this is just your normal chat. Like if you went to ChatGPT or something, you know.
Ah, right. Okay.
So it's but you're not limited to the number of chats you can have. I mean, once you're subscribed,
Hmm.
you can get your answers back in a certain persona, which I'll come to it in a minute. But you can put that in the prompt anyway if you are on ChatGPT. Um, they have loads of modules. I haven't gone through those yet, but they're like GPTs, but they've got quite a few different models that I don't know if they've got a YouTube decoder one, not yet, because it's fairly okay. Yeah, it's got a YouTube video script. Oh, it's got a YouTube generator. YouTube video description. I don't know what these are. I don't know if they'll give you a description. I don't know if you can just key in a YouTube. What I find is really useful is that you just key in a YouTube URL and say
Mm.
summarize this, which you can do on ChatGPT. Um, Personify is where you set up your personalities. So you can either create your own or you can create your one that you think would appeal to your clients, you know. So you could have you can have any number of personas in there. Um, SPI is audit scoring, so it's sort of it tells you how easy it is to read and whether it's got AI sort of AI detected or whether it's got a plagiarism score as well built in.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it's using a 30. They use third-party tools mostly. It's I think the only thing that they do themselves is the music. It's got this thing called Ghost, where you paste your text in there, it comes out there as being AI undetectable, supposedly in the right. I think we've seen several um,
Yeah.
similar things around. Um, the virtual studio, it's got an image lab. You can use Midjourney, DALL-E 3, Leonardo, Stable Diffusion XL. Plus, it's got some image enhancement tools where you can remove the background or replace the background.
That really is a much better version of your AI, isn't
Yeah,
it? Mm.
and you can face swap as well.
Oh, that face swap I did freaked me
Yeah.
out. It's like, that's me when I was 25. That was weird.
Yeah, yeah. So but anyway, there are different things there, or you can key in something you want it to do. I haven't tried this out, I must admit. It's got a voice lab, um, and it'll clone your own voice if you want it to. But I tried to clone mine. It didn't come out perfectly, but I'm going to try it again. I don't think I can play, but it's got a choice of it's got it has got a voice library. Hasn't got as many as you were talking about earlier, but it's got
There's quite a few in there.
seems to have quite a few.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah. Viet Dang Tongue Guy. Sure, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that is, but I mean, uh, you can choose your gender, um, and then whispering.
Mockery ends where understanding begins.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah,
Lying on bed and somebody's whispering in my ear.
Si on a de la chance, une simple fantaisie peut transformer 1 million de réalités.
she's foreign.
Or
The truest way to be deceived is to think oneself more knowing than others.
oh, I like that. That's quite cool.
Yeah, yeah, that's Amber.
நீங்கள் மக்களை தொடர்ந்து கேட்க வைக்கும் அழகான கதைகளை உருவாக்க
Oh,
விரும்பினால்
Tano.
இது உங்கள்
I've
குரலாகும்.
seen that, shouldn't I? Anyway, I did see something where you could put in the language. Anyway, there's quite a lot of them, and then there is a video lab. It uses Luma Dream Machine.
Mm-hmm.
It says Sora coming soon. So
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.
they're obviously intending to use that, as you said, on the API.
Yeah.
So and Stable Diffusion Motion, which isn't out yet either.
Mm.
I haven't even seen a date for that. So but
Well, that means the API will have it. That's good.
yeah.
That makes
At the
it
moment, it's just the Luma Dream Machine, which we've used before, but it's okay. It
Mm.
seems to work better. It seemed to work better with it. No, I think last time we used it, that the prompt was working much better. So
I think with Sora, I will build it into your PCM, but I might restrict its usage because it's going to burn a lot of credits.
yeah, I imagine
I
it
might
will.
have to say to people, if you want to use it, you're going to have to pay extra.
Yeah.
Uh,
So there's Ruby Music as well. You can create. Again, I haven't tried this yet because I only signed on it yesterday, or I think it was the day before, but I was out mostly yesterday.
I
So
was quite impressed with that music site you showed us the other time.
yeah,
There's some good stuff in there.
yeah, there is. Yeah, it's one that we've looked at before, but that's probably the best of them. I don't know which one this one uses. Um, it doesn't say. Usually, it says. Create. I got something missing. I can't see where to key in my words, but never mind. I'll have a look at that later. But it's got it's basically Flex is the company behind Ruby.ai,
Mm-hmm.
and and there's a and there's a website. Let me just see if it works, because I created a URL peppercorn.myflexai.com. It's got /business as well. So it's
Is
this
that an
is
affiliate thing?
the MLM side of things, or it's kind of, you get a commission as well as the MLM thing. So it's basically you get 25% commission, plus they obviously give other amounts of,
I've got someone pestering me to build a white label version of your PCM.
right. Okay.
I'm just like, yeah, but not in 2025, I won't be.
No. No.
I made that promise to myself. I'm not doing any more coding, apart from bug
Okay.
fixes.
So I was sort of, I think this has got potential, because purely because Jonathan Mars had gone through it, and he's quite a big name in and he hasn't touched any of the others, but he's going there, because there's also what's that other? I've written it down. Oh, Video Gen. They do an affiliate stuff as well for their videos, but I was never impressed with Video Gen. They'll give you, again, 25% commission on people you recommend. I think,
Well, I do that. I do 10% on a month by month subscription.
right.
So you share your affiliate link, and then if somebody signs up for a free trial when they subscribe, it knows it was you, so you get 10% of their monthly subscription,
Okay.
depending on what they subscribe to.
Yeah. Is that forever?
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as they're subscribed, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if they stop the subscription, then you lose that payment.
Yeah. Because this is one we created. Oh, am I sharing? Yeah, I'm still sharing. We used, I don't know if you remember, we used ChatGPT to create a script for chicken wings, air fryer.
I remember you doing that. That was a while ago, wasn't it?
It's 3 months, it's according to this.
Yeah.
And then, but it wasn't.
Chef Max here, and today we're tackling the internet's most searched recipe, the perfect air fryer chicken wings. You asked, and I'm here to deliver. Listen up, because these wings are about to change your life. First things first, pat those wings dry. Moisture is the enemy of crispiness, folks. Now, hit 'em with my secret blend of spices. It's all about that flavor punch. Toss those bad boys in the air fryer at 300 degrees.
It's not an air
We're
fryer.
talking 20 minutes of pure magic happening in there. Flip 'em halfway through, don't you dare forget. While they're cooking, let's whip up a sauce that'll make your taste buds do a happy dance. It's tangy, it's spicy, it's everything nicey. When those wings come out, they'll be golden brown and crispy as hell. Toss them in the sauce and boom! It'll make you the hero of game night. Remember, cooking's all about having fun. Now get in that kitchen and show those wings who's boss.
There are some things wrong.
Yeah, the script is great.
Yeah,
It's really good script. The voiceover is great, but the choice of image clips, video clips.
yeah. You'd have to be a bit more specific because one, they didn't show a single shot of an air fryer,
No.
and some of the things were clearly not chicken. Well, I suppose sometimes even the things that look like chicken are not really chicken.
Yeah, it was good though. Even though there were crispy prawn balls in there.
Yeah.